Hello everyone and welcome to the Silver Division recap of Week 1 for the UConn Nintendo Club Draft League. We have, this week we have Hannah versus Gabe. It's a very interesting matchup. Two of my favorite teams we have from Silver Division facing off against each other. And yeah, it's very interesting Pokemon on both sides, so let's see it without further ado. So the battle begins. We see Rotom Wash come out from Gabe. Very good lead, very good pivot, right? Just not a lot of weaknesses, pretty good speed, good defense, just can't go wrong with Rotom Wash. Similarly, we have Gliscor for Hannah. Not always the best lead, but you want to get it out early, which I understand because, boy, Toxic Orb, I've done that a lot. It's kind of like a risk-reward type situation. Hannah goes right for Grimmsnarl, wisely fearing the Hydro Pump. Without protecting Gliscor, really no reason to stay in there. Let's see, gets Toxic from Rotom, interesting choice. No Prankster move coming out from Grimmsnarl. I guess we'll see what it's going for. It appears to be going for the Light Screen, but that does not seem to be Prankster back, which is very interesting. I don't. Let's see. What item? What did we see its ability? Was it Frisk? Oh, it was Frisk. Okay. I wonder if that was a mistake or not. Yeah, very certainly interesting choice. If it was not a mistake to see the items, I'm going to imagine it was just a mistake at team building. But let's see if Hannah can come back from that. Thankfully, it hasn't hurt them so far because we're going to go for a special attack against Grimmsnarl when it used Light Screen that turn. But yeah, the lack of Prankster is really rough. Let's see. So we see Gastrodon come in against Heatran. Good switch in here, right? Even with Light Screen, even like a Solar Beam Heatran wouldn't really hurt much. So a good switch in for Gastrodon. It's trapped though, so Gabe can play with it a little bit at once. But I mean, Gastrodon does have Earth Power, so I'd argue it still has the upper hand here, just against a Heatran, and Hannah can't double switch. So I'd imagine Gabe would just go into a Grass type. Takes out Roserade. Fair enough. I imagine Gastrodon will go for an attack. Scald, interesting. Yeah, probably calling the switch, not a bad. Getting a burn if it's not a natural cure. Roserade would certainly be better than just getting an Earth Power, right? Switches into Gliscor, who can certainly take a hit well because the Light Screen from Roserade, which is nice. Sleep Powder would be unfortunate here, but instead Gabe goes for Grassy Terrain. I'm not sure what the use for that would be. Maybe some sort of coverage plan with another Pokemon. I think about it, probably a Blastoise Terrain Pulse could come out right to beat Gastron. That's what he seems to be going for. Goes right to Blastoise Gamera, very nice nickname. Probably going to Shell Smash and see if he can't take out Gastrodon, though. Hannah crucially still has 2 turns of Light Screen, so Blastoise may get the Shell Smash, but it will still have to deal with the Light Screen for a turn. Very nice Lumberry from Gabe. Not as traditional as the Whiter, but certainly protects from the Toxic from Gliscor's Fling very well. Very nice move there from Gabe. Let's see how Hannah reacts to this menacing Blastoise facing her down with at least a turn of Light Screen left to maybe be able to take and deal with it a little bit. Let's see what she does. Gliscor goes in, and we come out with Cofagrigus, who's more of a physical tank, but I suppose it could take it okay with the Light Screen. And since it's not a water move, certainly, yeah, the Ice Beam, okay. So Cofagrigus is around for the 1 turn. And yeah, we'll see where we go from here. I wonder what Hannah's plan is. Maybe a Trick Room to counter the Shell Smash speed boost would certainly make sense. Let's see, Bless goes for a Surf. Cofagrigus barely holds on. I'm honestly surprised it held on at all. But let's see, it seems like this is a pretty good check from Hannah because she does in fact get the Trick Room up, which I would not have expected this to work. But let's see, even with a Shadow Ball, I don't know if you can take out Blastoise in 1 hit. We still got another turn of Grassy Terrain here. And it goes for the Energy Ball, boosted by Grassy Terrain, taking out in 1 hit. Would not have expected that. I honestly didn't even know Cofagrigus learned Energy Ball. So great play from Hannah. Just took out Gabe's most threatening sweeper like that with plenty of her Pokemon still left. Grimmsnarl still in a weakened state without Prankster, but still at the advantage decisively. I would say that turned the advantage to her. We see Spiritomb come out. I think Cofagrigus is still slower. It might be Spiritomb, not sure. Cofagrigus is probably spec'd for and Spiritomb isn't, but has a lot of priority, so I understand why Hannah would switch out. Anyway, a lot of risks involved in that. Cofagrigus goes, it's not Cofagrigus, Spiritomb, right? The other rock, the other bound spirit goes for Combined, which is threatening for Gastrodon, but if Gastrodon has a Clear Smog or Toxic, it can kind of dispel this, right? I guess we'll see if either is present. It gets a Shadow Ball, some nice damage for Gastrodon, and a special defense drop. Very nice for Gabe. Let's see what Gastrodon does. Gastrodon goes for Toxic, very smart move, I would say. If that Spiritomb is not rest, and they often can't afford to run that, then you've limited its Calm Mind potential immensely. So great move from Hannah, even traditional as it is. I think Spiritomb gets another off Shadow Ball off here, though, which is a real threat to Gastrodon, and Gastrodon goes down. That bit of special defense luck really helped Gabe out, and Gastrodon falls. All right. But Spiritomb, while in a nice position with these Combines, is Toxic and getting more damage turn by turn. So it's not a huge threat, I would say, to Hannah at the moment. But with Hannah's team being as like not especially bulky as it is, it's still a problem. But Grimstone actually, without Prankster, can still prove to be a problem here, right? Because it's just faster than Spirit Tomb. So let's see if it goes for Light Screen or Spirit Break or what it does. Yeah, I'm curious. Rotom comes in, and we get the Play Rough with the crit. Very nice damage. I guess a little luck for Hannah to come back around for that special defense drop, right? Gets good damage on Rotom Wash. It heals back up with the Stitches Berry, interestingly enough. But yeah, especially without Prankster, it's really too bad. Rotom Wash is in a position here to just attack and get a kill. But it does not, since it goes for Defog, which I also understand because I think it can live another Play Rough. So we'll see. That was a good defog, I think, to get rid of Stealth Box, make sure Aerodactyl stays healthier, make sure Heatran and Roserade can stay healthier as they come out throughout the game. Yeah, Grimmsnarl takes more damage from Toxic, and sadly, no Prankster really just killing Hannah here, because Rotom can just go for an attack like that and just take it out. But I'd say Grimmsnarl also did pretty good at weakening, right? That Rotom was at like very good health before, now it's like almost dead, so I'd still say Grimmsnarl managed to do something. That's very, I'm sure Keldeo and Victini really appreciate that. Glycer comes out, it's probably faster, right? If Hannah's confident to bring it out here, I assume it was faster. Goes for Stealth Rock. Hannah very confident that Gabe will be scared and go on the run, but Gabe did no such thing. Let's see the pump come out, and that takes the Gliscor right out. That's a shame. If that was a full special against Gliscor, maybe it would have lived. But I get wanting other spreads for Gliscor, because Gliscor does do a lot of things. I don't know if that was worth it for Hannah. That may have been the big misplay there, I would say. Everything else Hannah did to this point I felt was quite good. That, I would say, was a bit of a rougher choice. But Gabe, I think, similarly makes a defog mistake. Gets rid of the rocks on his side, right? Letting Cofagrigus set up a Trick Room here, even better than just getting a kill. Yeah, so I think both of them were under that. A little too worried about using Defog. I think Gabe was a little more in the right to use Defog. Maybe no, because they both have Victini and Aerodactyl, right? So they both something weak to Rock. So I wouldn't say either of them was more right than the other. I just wouldn't have recommended Defog for either one of them in the positions they were in, because it resulted in losing a Pokemon they didn't need to lose. Though to be fair, that's worse for Hannah, right? Because her Pokemon was at full health, whereas Gabe's was already on the death's door. So I get the Defog there. Roserade comes out with its special bulk. I'd imagine you can take a Shadow Ball from this Cofagrigus, and indeed it does. Roserade, I imagine, will kill it back with a Grass move we may see. Oh, a Sleep Powder, very nice. Good for Gabe not missing there. And yeah, that stalls an extra Trick Room turn for him as well, which is very nice, since the Trick Room is decidedly advantageous for Cofagrigus here. Let's see, we get Cofagrigus in a Sleep Turn, right? It has to happen at least once. We'll see what Roserade goes for. Roserade goes for Sludge Bomb, maybe calling a switch, not really sure. Maybe doesn't have a Grass move. But we've seen Grassy Terrain, Sleep Powder, Sludge Bomb. That should be a Grass move. Maybe not realizing Poison resists. Oh, maybe he's expecting Victini. Okay, that was probably the play, right? Yeah, because I'm sure Gabe realizes. Because for his Poison, but if you're expecting a Victini switch, and then sure the Poison move's right. Cofagrigus, though, wakes up only one turn sleep, which is really good for Cofagrigus. Gets the Shadow Ball, gets rid of Roserade. Trick Room's gone, though, so it's certainly in a dominant position. At least it just got to get rid of Roserade, though, which is nice. Not really maybe needed, because I think Victini or Kelly wouldn't have had much trouble with it, but still very nice for Cofagrigus. We get Aerodactyls. Flintstone's Vitamin comes out against King Tut EX. Goes right for the Mega Evolution. We'll see, because Aerodactyls use very contact-based. It might lose its Tough Claws to Cofagrigus here, but instead takes the risk, goes for Stone Edge, no contact, and just takes Cofagrigus out. Very nice move from Gabe. Very good way to get rid of Cofagrigus without losing your damage boosting ability. We see Keldeo come out. I'd hope that the Scarf Keldeo, right? Otherwise, it's going to be dispatched quite quickly by a flying move. But sadly, it is not Scarf, and it is dispatched just the same, which is too bad for Hannah there. I'm not sure if it was a speed tier misunderstanding, but or just maybe a bulk misunderstanding, because Aerodactyl didn't have a flying move until recently. So yeah, that was the confusion, because Keldeo might have been able to live Thunderfang, probably. But yeah, with the flying move, no way. We see the Victini come out. It is Scarfed, as one would hope, but really, even with that Victory Star, which is too bad, Bolt Strike misses, which is just kind of insane, because it goes to like 95% accuracy, something like that, maybe even more. So that's really too bad for Hannah, because I think it gets taken right up her Stone Edge, right? If we look, Bolt Strike, I mean, okay, Bolt Strike may have not taken out Aerodactyl. I think it would have, let's just say it would have. Probably the combination of full health Heatran, probably his Earth Power, and just Spirit Tomb still being high. I think Gabe had that one in the bag. But it is a shame that Hannah couldn't get the extra kill that they deserved. But still a very good game for both sides. A little bit of luck, but nothing too crazy, I'd say, on both sides. The real shame was no Prankster on Grimmsnarl from Hannah. I don't know if it was game deciding, to be honest. But a good game on both sides. Lots of good play. This is the kind of stuff I like to see in Silver Division. Really people honing their skills and getting better and better as it goes along. Yeah, it was a really cool game to watch. And I hope you enjoyed watching as well. Alright, catch you guys next time.